Hi! Welcome to this part of my tutorial series featuring the Golden Sky Stories role-playing game using the Solo Adventuring Toolkit. In this series I will try to explain how you can run a pre-generated module that you have already played or read while still experiencing surprises. If you haven't seen part 1, please check out the playlist in the description below. Part 1 serves as an introduction to this tutorial series. There are other solo-related links in the description as well. Let's get started. The three Henge, Kuromu, Koro, and Sara came to the shrine forest to play on a whim and stumbled across an old shrine. Beams of sunlight shine down through the trees onto this very old shrine. There is a dish for offerings, but right now it contains only fallen leaves. So the three Henge arrive in animal forms. In this section of the scenario, the game master describes the place to the Henge, and they are supposed to interact with the place. In this role-playing game, the characters need to do all sorts of cute and beneficial things to obtain dreams. These dreams can be used to strengthen their connections with others, and this grants them more power when using their Henge-like abilities. The shrine itself is pretty simple. You have a dish and a bottle for offerings. You also have the shrine itself with a closed wooden door, and there's also the shrine bell. So I decided to randomize everything except my own actions as Kuromu the cat. First, the two Henge, Sara and Koro, they are being controlled by the artificial intelligence found in the page 595 of the Solo Adventuring Toolkit. So I decided to randomize the actions of each one of them. First, I determined who would go first randomly by making a simple d3 roll, that is, rolling a d6 and dividing the result. I determined that Koro would go first, so I used the table on page 595 to see Koro's reaction. I rolled and obtained gather information. I randomly determined that she interacts with the shrine's bell, that is, after determining gather information, I made another roll to see which one of the parts of the shrine she was going to interact with. So it was the shrine's bell. Koro bites the bell's rope. Remember that Koro is a dog Henge, so she looks like a normal dog. She bites the bell's rope and starts jumping up and down. She was curious about the sound, so you can hear the sound of the bell making its way across the shrine and throughout the forest. Next, it's Sara's turn. I obtained diplomacy. She decides to interact with the offering dish and bottle. She cleans them up and decides to look for something edible to put on the dish. I am using the personalities, the weaknesses of the Henge to determine their courses of action alongside the result of the Solo Adventuring Toolkit. Then it was my turn. I decided that Kuromu would start marking the shrine's door with her claws, like a cat, scratching everything she could get her paws on. Now is the time to award dreams. Dreams are given to those player characters that have done something cute or beneficial during this particular section of the scene. I decided to use the personalities of each of the Henge to determine if they would give me a dream or the other Henge a dream or not. Koro gives Kuromu and Sara a dream because of their honest actions. Sara does not give a dream to neither of us because she thinks that our actions were either not very delicate or tranquil. Kuromu, that is my character, gives Koro and Sara a dream because I thought that their actions were cute and helpful in the case of Sara. Now I decided to make a roll for the game master or narrator to see which Henge this AI-controlled narrator would give a dream to. So I made the roll and I obtained answer willing. My interpretation is this. When it comes to Koro, the narrator likes her willful attitude and grants her a dream. Then I rolled again and I obtained turns hostile for Sara. The narrator doesn't give her a dream because he thinks it's rude of her to touch the offerings dish without permission. Then he rolled answer grudge for Kuromu. The narrator doesn't give a dream to Kuromu because the narrator thinks that Kuromu is being a bit disruptive, that someone could hold a grudge against her because she's leaving her scratch marks all over the place. Little do the Henge know that someone is watching them from the shadows. And this concludes this part of the tutorial. As you can see, using the social interactions table of the solo adventuring toolkit, it's very easy to decide who is going to award something, some resource, to a player character or a non-player character. The trick to running solo scenarios like this smoothly is to use common sense, logic, trusting your interpretation of the results, and going with what feels right and makes narrative sense. Let's see what happens once the owner of this shrine makes her appearance in the next part of the tutorial series. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that have been supporting the channel by sending drive-thru RPG gift certificates. If anyone else wants to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.